Good morning. How's everybody doing? We'll start in about maybe 5, 6 minutes. Make sure everybody gets on. We got 21 people, so it wouldn't take long.
See, that's where I've got to learn something because I don't see where it is where I can see people count them, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, well, I just see a number written on the bottom of my screen.
Where? On the bottom where?
Right beside where it says share, it says manage participants.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see it as 21, correct.
Do you see
Okay,
21?
I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out where it was and I got
And
it.
then if you click on that, it pops up the view of all
All
the
the students.
students.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. I learned something today. Okay, good. Good.
Uh-oh, Amber Alert. Huh?
So a lot of those. I just don't like them.
Yeah, I know. I'm just so glad that we were able to get you to share your screen.
Yeah, I talked to Tammy yesterday about it and she said to go to my picture and click it and say share screen with it. And that's how boy. So I'm done with that. So I can undo that. And that is today's thing. Okay.
Cool, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the attendance and while you're starting.
Oh, that's
All right, I have somebody saying they're not able, they don't have any electricity right now.
I didn't have any internet till 5 minutes ago.
Really? Okay. So we might have a few people. Let me see who this is. All right, Chef, if you want to start, we can start.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. What a day to to talk about career path, first of all. But before we start talking about career path, I want to bring up a couple of different things. First of all, Search Safe. I mean, we've kind of forgot to mention it, but when you're doing your resume, it's kind of late, one day late, but make sure that you do put out that you have taken the exam. How many of you have passed it? Passed the test. Everybody passed the test? That's a great thing. If not, please go see Shannon and make sure that we take care of it because it's an important factor of people getting to be hired. If you don't have that criteria or if you don't put it on your resume, they're going to be asking you or wanting to see the certificate. So if you do put that on your resume and say, done the test and done all different things, then you are ready to go. Couple more things I wanted to bring up on this career path because it's going to be a way of talking about which direction do you want to go. And then we're going to be talking about the brigade system. I think you're seeing all the on the portal, all the things that we're going to be talking about. Makes it a lot easier for you to recognize and do. But a couple of things that I want to make sure that I wish I was around to give you this handout, but if you see me later and you would like to put it in your portfolio, come see me or Chef Cliff and I will give it to you to make sure that you understand. You know, this is such a wide field of different direction that you can go to. Kind of important. You can be in research and development. You think you're going to be behind a counter and you're cooking. If that's what your love is, go for it. It's a great way of making a life and enjoying life. But in research and development, then there is another way with your degree that you're going to be receiving, because you're all in the associates program. Media and education is another big one. Another big one for you is food system and public policies. My gosh. So, and then there's 5 altogether. And then there's restaurant and catering. We kind of know that world a little bit because that's what you got into this, because you love food and you love people and you want to do something. And then there's hospitality service. So really, let's look at the research and development in this career path if you don't want to be cooking so much. How about a food technologist? How about a test kitchen manager? Since you've got your associates program, you're not going to be, you might start on the floor a little bit, but it'll give you a direction to go towards. And a product designer. Say if you've come up with a recipe that you really, really want, or you want to work in a house that does all patterned foods named after what you want to make. What about recipe and development? A lot of the magazines, guys, Food and Wine, Martha Stewart, as for baking part of it, but all these different magazines that you now, this, what they call that, iron skillet magazines, they all are looking for a recipe developer. Do you love that? Do you want to be hands-on, or do you want to try a new path? Are you an inventor? Are you an imaginate and you have imagination to do different recipes? Do you do different things to make it work? Media and education. You know, you can be a food photographer. Who doesn't love to take pictures? It's such a great way of expressing. It's not an easy job. I have a friend that's one. It is, but she is booked every week. I mean, she far out for months. How about a food writer? You love food, but maybe you don't like to do a certain kind of food. Do you want to do for a magazine, a newspaper? You could be a food writer. How about a food stylist? Goodness gracious. And a food content developer. Goodness gracious. All on the same thing to do with food. How about, like I said, food with public policy, food systems professional, food policy advocate. If you're something against something, you can be working for a company that voices their opinion. Food sourcing specialist. You know where that comes in. How about Benny Keith or Cisco or what other company that's working around that you can work for these food purveyors? Really important. It makes that world go around to make sure they're doing different things. How about farm to table restaurant guys? Got a degree and learning about farm to table. That's what our school is all about, to make sure that we connect with the farmers. They're specialists for it. Such a great way of interpreting that. How about restaurant and catering? We know we love food, we love people. Remember what I said, if we're in this field, we want to be center of attention, right? How true is that? No. We want people to notice us and what we cook. That's the most important part, you know? How about a private chef? Goodness gracious, great way. How about catering manager? You think that's easy? Not loading that truck and trying to get it done, but if that's what your passion is, this is what it is. A catering chef, bake shop owner, executive pastry chef, restaurateur. So an executive chef. Big positions, guys. And last but not least, the hospitality and beverage section. Hotels, right? Really big, general manager, a lot of headaches. But if that's what your path is, from going to executive chef and then going up the ladder, how about a food and beverage director? Really helps when you know where the food comes from, the cost comes from, organization comes from, because that's what you're here for, to learn, and to go up the ladder. How about a business consultant? You know, they're getting $60 an hour. Pretty good. So, and then a sommelier. How many of you all love wine? You know, big money. My son is a sommelier. He travels the world buying wine. And so, you know, and a beverage manager. So there's so many different ways of directing your life. So many different ways that you can direct which direction that you want to go in this field with an associate's program. Really important. Anybody else? I'm going to put it on a full screen. Does anybody else is interested in other fields besides cooking? Anybody else? Put your thumb up, please.
Robert Evans said that he being a butcher, doing butchering is a good option, and I agree.
Great option. See, again, you know, farm to table. A lot of people have different things of making something. So that is one way of doing that. Anybody know about cottage laws? No? What is cottage laws in the state of Texas? Anybody know? No?
Cottage laws, you said?
Yeah, cottage laws.
Oh, got me beat.
Got you beat?
Yeah,
Okay, you're gonna learn something else today.
let's hear it.
So cottage laws are laws that the state of Texas has given us that we can work if you're going to be making things and selling things from home. Can't be with refrigeration, but if you are going to be cooking meals and selling them to the public. So baking, it's a lot easier because we could make cinnamon rolls. They don't have to be refrigerated, but different items, like maybe either you're cooking in a food truck, have to be inspected. But at home, when you're cooking, you don't have to be inspected. How much money do you think you can make on the side without really reporting it too much? Anybody know? Trent, do you know? No idea.
Not a clue.
A lot.
Yeah.
$1,000 a year. 50. So you know, if you want to make some money on the side, and it doesn't have to be refrigerated, it doesn't, if you want to pick up some little baking skills or things that you like to do, or your mom did, or your grandmother did, or somebody did, that it's out of this world and you want to package it, you can. So look up cottage laws for Texas, and you will find out how much you can do to make it work for home. God bless you.
Thank you.
But so let's start on this journey today of career path and to understand all about what we're going to be learning. Anybody have any questions? You're all quiet this morning. Is the 6 o'clock getting to you now? It's the first 2 days, it's not that hard, but the third day is a little bit harder, isn't it? Yep. Anybody else? Okay. So we have got 24, which is really, really good, guys. Good morning. Can you all see my screen? Okay. Did you, it's the,
Yes, I can see it.
okay. Thank you.
Make it then.
Opportunities in the hospitality industry. Remember, we talked a little bit about what I just said, all the different things that we could do to make ourselves better with the degree that we have. It's really, really important to multitask and get to know a lot of different things so we can really excel in what we're doing. Preparing the
Chef,
Yes.
all I see is like the Microsoft Office 365. Is that what?
Nope. I'm talking about the slides for.
All right. Well, I don't see any slides.
Okay,
I
so I
see.
wonder.
All I see is Microsoft. I see like
Okay,
you
I'm
have
gonna go
lots
up
of
here. I'm gonna go up here for a second. Okay.
tabs open.
Oh, I see. So what I've got to do is bring it onto the other page.
Oh, okay.
You understand? On
I
the,
see
onto
it.
the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So I'm gonna go. I'm learning, guys. I'm really.
But you're doing great.
No, not really.
We're all doing
And
great.
better? Is that better?
No, all I see is still that Microsoft. It looks like it's moving, but or doing
Hey, Chef.
something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you using two screens?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I
that
do
a no?
know. At the top of the other screen, you could just drag it to the other computer. You have to click and hold it.
Oh, I got it to the other computer now.
The other
But
screen.
I know, but I've got it on my computer, but I'm going to do one thing up here and then you tell me if you see it, okay?
Do you want,
Okay.
if not, do you want me to share it? I
Yeah,
can do
why-
the
could you do-
PowerPoint. Yeah.
That for me,
Hold on.
please.
And everybody, while I'm talking about it, I have put all the PowerPoints for this week up already. They're on the portal. If you go into where it says day 1, day 2, day 3, and if you click on day 3, it will show. Unfortunately, day 3 and day 5 were too big for me to put. I have to put a Google link down, so you're going to have to click on the Google link to get the PowerPoint. Let me
Oh shit! I just did it.
share my.
Oh. Oh, let's just. PowerPoint.
Can y'all see the PowerPoint now?
Hold on.
Can you see it now?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Can you see it from my computer or yours?
No, it's mine, I bet.
Okay. So maybe I have to do it here.
What did I understand? Fuck
I
you
don't-
guys. Holy shit.
Hey, watch your language. Mute yourself, whoever it is. All right, can everybody see my PowerPoint, or are we still seeing Chef Pavlos?
Chef Paulus.
Okay. Chef Pablo,
Can you see the opportunities to hospitality industry on my screen?
No, it's diagnostic data in office.
Does everybody see mine now? The PowerPoint, it says day 3.
Nope, I don't see
No.
yours.
Yes, I see your Chef Cliff.
Cliff,
PowerPoint.
Yeah. All right, does everybody else see mine?
okay, why don't you, can you get yours on and then I'll just talk through it?
It's career path day 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, you have to go to view the options on the top of the screen.
What? Who are you talking to, Chef Cliff or Chef Pablo?
The class.
Oh, okay.
Gotta go to where, Pumpkin?
View options at the top of the screen. It says you are viewing Chef Pavlo's screen, and it says view options right off to the right of it. Click that down and then click on one of theirs.
Okay,
Oh,
I
Chef
don't-
Cliff needs to share his screen again. It just went away.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. Chef Pablo, could you stop sharing? Click on share or see if there's a thing that says stop sharing.
Now it's taken me away from the screen. Is that better?
Or is that not for me? Oh, okay.
No, it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay, so it says click to add notes. Stop sharing. I see it. Okay, thank you guys. Really need your help.
Okay, does everybody see my screen now?
Okay, is that better now?
Yes. Yep.
All right, so Chef, I've got the PowerPoint on.
Okay, I see day 3 and it says you're sharing your screen. Can everybody see a screen?
Yes.
Day 3?
Yes, I think they can.
Okay. Does it say Career Path, Brigade System, Food and Beverage Operation? Good.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Whenever you're ready, I'll just flip the PowerPoint.
Okay. So go to the second screen. Okay, so the opportunities in the hospitality industry, great. Preparing the job for the hospitality. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Really, we're trying to work it together. Preparing the jobs, okay. All right, I see the chat now, okay. There are obvious hospitality positions and working in restaurants and hotels with catering companies, that those are not the only opportunities you have. There are cook positions everywhere. People eat, from clubs to healthcare institutions to hospitals and individual homes. You should always consider all these different options to make something work. Food industry, food sector, food trade. Food is an essential part of our lives, which is why the way it is grown, processed, transported, in worth understanding and improving. Broadly, the food industry companies and a complex network of activities providing and supplying and consumption. Catering, a big factor. Finished food products and particularly prepared instant food packets are also a part of a food industry. The food industry employs a massive number of skilled and unskilled workers. So then we are going to come down to 4 components of a food sector. The food industry is highly diverse and compromise several important components. Each component adds a different value to the whole food system, the chain, by improving the sustainability and the producing of better products. How important is that? People keep looking for change and for different things. The varied activities of the food sector are classified as agricultural, food processing, research and development, manufacturing fertilizers. Think about that. We go from the front line to be doing research and development. Regulations and food production and distribution, financial services, investor, right? Insurance, right? Credit, food production and distribution, marketing, packaging. Remember, product designer comes into play. How do you want that food to be interpreted to make sure it sells? That's the key word today, is salesmen are being prosperous in making people buy something, eye-catching. History of food trade. The food trade exists from centuries. For instance, Asia witnessed thriving trade in tea and silk. Ancient times, remember, Middle East with spices. Even to this day, spice is a big, big thing to worry about. How we wouldn't have thought that spice trade would be as big as it is today. And in the past, people went from Christopher Columbus, went from one end of the world to the other end of the world just for spices and to explore, right? Some of the milestones of food trade, 19th century, sterilization, pasteurization, the first canned food product, inaugurated in 1813. Can you imagine a can of food? 1813, 20th century, in 1940, the frozen foods. 1960, the frozen, dried, pressure cooked foods, big time. Microwave foods. Can we really exist without a microwave today in our kitchen? We would go num-nums, wouldn't we? We're looking for that thing to heat up our food, to make sure it works, to make an induction foods. How about the induction burners taking over the world? We have some at the school. I don't know if you've seen some. How about sous vide today? All you culinary people. That's the big in thing today, to make sure that we respond and to make it food industry. The next one, Chef. You're going the other way. Next one. That's it. Food industry, major players. Thank you. The global food processing and beverage industry, dominated by a cluster of high powerful corporations. Some big names: Kraft, Cadbury, General Foods, Heinz, Nestle's. Top fast food franchises across the world: McDonald's, Pizza Hut, KFC, Domino's. You don't think that they don't require people like us to bring it all together to make it work? They sure do, to make anything work. They need people that know what they're doing. When you think about a job in the food industry, what comes first to you in mind? Possibly roles of a restaurant manager, bartender, a barista, server, and the chefs and so on. But beyond these basic portions, there's a whole world of opportunity, and those passionate about the culinary arts. Really. So do you think really, so beyond the basic positions, the whole world opportunity of passionate with the culinary arts, for example, interested in capitalizing on the trend towards local and sustainable food. Wow. Work with farmers markets, big thing. You could be selling, remember that the thing I just talked to you about, cottage laws? Where do you think you could sell it? Farmers market. So you have places that you could go and sell your foods to other people to start to get to know who you are. And the restaurant that you apply at will know that you stepped it up and did food for a farmer's market. Keen to study science behind what makes food taste good and how to manipulate flavors and textures. I don't know, you've seen the show Chopped. How many times you come up and see how the world works? And when the chef puts things together and you go, how did he do that? You know, here's a person that loves what he's doing and he's stepping outside the box, stepping to learn a lot of different things. It's kind of really important. So you just being behind a stove on a front line with the POS system clicking, you learned what the POS system was, right? You learned that yesterday. Clicking to make your dream come true. So there's so many different ways. Some of the coolest jobs in the food industry to make and make it work. So let's go look at this. Crafting beer. You know, the first one. Craft breweries, popular in Denver. We're not very far from Fredericksburg, guys. They have so many breweries there. besides wine, the wine industry is so big. I mean, I drove down there last week and I must have seen 150 wineries, you know? So if beer or wine is your passion, we're right in the midst of all of it. We're in the midst of everything that you want to do. And then you can have your food or your appetizers to go with the wine or the beer. People are looking for different people to explore and make their restaurant or their food fabulous. That's what it's all about, to make sure that we do it. So entrepreneurs to sell their own beer, wine, and cider. Although it can be difficult to get started, it's hard to learn. The craft of brewing is high demand for bars, restaurants, farmers market, and local stores. So, farmers market. How many people have been to a farmers market? A lot of you? Do you love the product? Yeah? Why do we go to farmers market? Couple of things. Why? To support our vendors, right? Support our neighbors, to see what it is. What else are we going there for? We're going there for freshness, for quality product. Remember that word quality keeps coming up in these lectures. Why is that quality? Because if you don't have quality when you're cooking, guys, your food's not going to taste as good, right? Pretty good assumption for that. And then you got to meet other chefs that are there to explore different things of what you're making. So as a demand for healthy and local sustainable food grows, so do the numbers of farmers and markets. There are over 8,000 farmers market in the United States today, compared to 4,500 in 2008. A big difference. People are getting on the bandwagon to learn that. You know, we're talking about Europe again, because we Americans go to the grocery store and buy the cart full and keep it in our refrigerator, and guess what happens to it? You throw half of it away. People today in America are learning to buy per day, to make things fresh. And what is the word that keeps coming back up? Quality of ingredient. So very, very important. So with the boom of farmers market comes with the increase of jobs. Larger market organizations like Green Market in New York and the Ferry Plaza in San Francisco. Anybody have been to any of those? Then you're going to find out what it's all about. Learning how to feel, touch, and smell, the priorities of a good chef to make it work. Employ a wide range of individuals, from managers to business development, staff and community assistant. So we just keep going to what we're going to be doing. How about health coach? Kind of important. Integrate national therapies into media practice. So herb supplements, wellness rain, yoga, meditation, deep breathing. Half the world is into it. So many different possibilities of where you want to go and what you want to do. How about a McClure gastronomy, teaching you different forms of how to convert food into flavor. How about carrot caviar, cigar smoke ice cream? You were right there, chef. Back up. Yeah, right there. Mango foam, balsamic vinegar pearls. I think some of you have already taken gastronomy, correct? In your class for your baking, Remember? I know you made, from what I understand, didn't you make caviar? And you made spears? You made spaghetti? Did you all make spaghetti? Coconut spaghetti?
We
It's
do
the
balsamic. We do balsamic.
pearls, correct. So, you know, this is another way of introducing yourself and upping the game when you're doing a presentation of desserts. You know, so chemistry, physics, to examine, experiment with the texture, taste, and food. How many people liked gastronomy? Any of you? When you took the class, did anybody like it? Did it faze you or you didn't care for it? Do you have to undo them, Chef? Does he have to undo you?
I have it set up where they can talk, I think. Can you unmute yourself?
I haven't
Yeah.
had that class.
Okay.
Okay, well, yeah, some of y'all haven't. But you will be having it eventually.
Okay. So did you all enjoy that class?
I thought the class was good, but my
Oh, you haven't taken it yet?
no, I already took it.
Took it. Did you like it?
I thought it was okay.
Just okay? It didn't burst your bubble?
No, it didn't jump out to me.
It didn't jump out to you? Anybody else? Did it jump out to you?
Haven't taken it, Chef.
Oh, you haven't taken it yet? Well, when you take it, then you pay attention, because I think a couple of things that are going to be very important in that is the dust is going to be a very predominant thing that you can make, a savory dust that can be put on food that can really send over another form of interpretation. So I think it'll be a great way of doing different things. Okay, so microologist. So you got in the next one, please, Chef. Okay, study of mushrooms. A surprisingly tricky science considering the vast range of mushroom specials and diverse purposes. It takes a refined set of skills and able to determine which mushrooms are poisonous and which ones are deadly. So America, really in essence, are not that much in love with mushrooms like in Europe. I mean, you all know that I am Czech, and so and I am an immigrant. So for a weekend or for a day, we used to go and walk in the woods to collect mushrooms for the week. And they were for us to cook all week long. When you say the word mushrooms, a lot of people have a different idea of what a mushroom is. It's not that kind of mushroom to understand. They're both professional and amateur, often called mushroom hunters, who make a living forcing mushrooms to sell to restaurants, distributors, and individual consumers. Because certain types of mushrooms are higher in demand, including mortel or morcini and chanterelle mushrooms. For example, finding and selling the mushrooms can be extremely lucrative venture. So if you have a farm or you have a building and you can set up mushroom growing, it's a big moneymaker to make different things work. Restaurant designer. A lot goes into the birth of a restaurant. Sure, the bulk of time, effort dedicated choosing the concept of crafting a menu. But there's a lot of work on a non-culinary side also. How do we make it inviting for people to come in and feel comfortable? I would say that would be the full source of what a restaurant designer is all about. The restaurant designer has a lot to take in and account and putting it all together. Restaurant designs work closely with hospitality industry, hiring architects, interior designers to make the project work. So beautiful way of interpreting food, the layout of of the room. The urban farmer. These days, farmers are just for people in working in areas in the countryside. Environmentalists, entrepreneurship people, or even everyday city dwellers are figuring out how to unused urban spaces. Remember, you're not even going to believe this, but hotels in New York and even in Houston have their vegetables growing on the rooftop. Beekeepers keep their beehives on top of New York, on top of the buildings, to make sure that it works. It's really, really unknown territory that they can charge and grow. You don't need a backyard in urban farming to get involved. There are many small businesses popping up across Northern America and focus on urban farming with a demand not only for the green thumb, for people with scales, marketing and funding and communication skills. Okay, big item, guys. How many of you are vegan? Anybody?
No.
No? Okay. You all like meat and potatoes, right?
Yes, chef.
Yes.
All right. I want some response. Come back, guys. I need you to respond and get excited about different things to make sure. I know it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I know that you all want to do what you need to get done. The food industry is buzzing about vegetarians and vegans and raw diets and the weight of all the lands on the shoulders of the chef. We're the ones that have to make it comfortable to come back and get it. And it is an impossible feat, not quite. In fact, as more people discover how tasty meatless meals can be a vegan and a vegetarian, restaurants, recipes are becoming equally popular, creating opportunities. So, did you anybody try the Burger King burger yet? The meatless burger? Anybody?
I
No?
have. I have.
Is it good?
The meat is good, yes. I wouldn't say the burger is all that, but the meat is good.
Okay. So you didn't like the vegetable burger?
No, I like the vegetable burger. I just didn't like the bun of choice, or just different things. They should have just.
It was too. Was it too sweet?
No, I like the meat.
I know, but
the.
was the bun too sweet?
I only had it one time, so I really can't remember.
Anybody else have it? Nope. Wow. I would have thought more people would have tried it, but that's okay.
I've never heard anybody say anything good about it.
Really?
Really?
Okay, career paths. Everybody write that 5 and 10 year one for their homework.
Yes,
last night?
I've got a bunch of them,
Did you?
and I got about 4 or 5 this morning.
Matthew, are you on?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you tell me what your 5-year plan is?
Well, after school, I want to learn as much as I can. So I thought going somewhere where there was a lot of resources, like Disney, and
Correct.
with Epcot, there's a lot of diversity, so you can learn from like a lot of different chefs, and not like, I guess you hear a lot about people that travel to either follow a chef to go learn a lot, and I thought Disney offered a lot of that, like there,
Correct.
without having to travel a lot. So that was kind of my 5-year plan.
Your 5-year plan to do that. Are you from Austin?
Lord, no.
Okay, you just said the word, so I should have figured out where you're from. So you came just for school?
Correct.
Oh, okay. All right. So Disney, that's a good one. So you really what do you love most about cooking?
I just the enjoyment, like people, you cook for somebody, you can bring a lot of people together, and then I just love to cook. I mean, there's so much, you can do a lot with one dish and make so many different things out of one dish. It's just, there's a lot to do. I mean, it's like a never ending, there's always something to learn, something different every day. Just
And a different
so
way of
much to
interpretation.
do.
Yeah, interpretation, right?
Right.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us, Matthew. Make
Thank
sure you
you.
put your face on there sometime so I'll recognize you. Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. So where are you from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. That's what makes our world go around, right? So you're learning a little bit about Austin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Barbecue.
Are you working now?
No.
No. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay,
You're welcome.
Kimberly, what's your 5-year plan?
I want to be a home health nurse for the elderly. So that's it.
I see that in you because I've seen you at school. And I'm going to tell you, the next generation or the generation now are going to need a lot of people to be in healthcare. Do you get what I'm saying? It's
Yes,
going to be a big boom in it to take care of the elderly and the diets. Now, we're going to be crossing some of these things that we're going to be talking about, but it is going to be a big, big opening for those kind of people. So I do welcome you. So you really want to be in the health, I used to work for Longhorn Village in Steiner Ranch, and it was, listen to me, it was $1 million to get in there and $5,000 a month to live in that community. Wasn't a cheap thing, but they catered well-balanced meals. And of course we had people that knew what kind of things that on the diet program that we needed to cook for. But that is going to be the big item that is going to be coming around in this world for cooking also. Well, thank you for doing what you were going to do. Career paths. Teams need a leader, need a leader like you are. According to Restaurant Danny Meyer, says, thirst for someone with authority and power. Remember what we said the other day, you have to be the one that's in control and do what you want to do in your life. And that's the important factor, to take control of the job that you're going to be at, to make it work for you, and to make different things manageable. How they're doing it and how they can do their jobs better. When you're promoted from a line cook to a manager, you become a leader. You gain new powers and expect them to use and responsibility. Diane Myers. Refers to position for an employee to manager and gaining the power of the fire, a unique capability to use new responsibility as a manager can use fire. So kind of really important to become a leader. And that's what we want in this program, is people that step it up and become leaders and be self-sufficient to do and direct the place where they're working. Yours, or you're working for somebody else, it doesn't matter, to make sure. A torch to guide and teach employees. A campfire to form bonds to help people grow. How important is that? Rally up the troops. You want to make sure that you are a person that can point to somebody to do something. So what would you think that if you were a leader, what would you want people to do around you? Is to make sure that they're cross-trained to make you look better, to make sure it works. Breathing fire, being excessive in order to inspire employees. Fire in the belly, having so much enthusiasm, and that is infectious. A punishment to people who show dishonesty or disrespect to the guest, co-workers, or a company in general. So it really makes a big difference of where you want to be and how do you do your leadership. What are your goals? Remember what I said, 5 to 10 years. The first step of advancing your career is figuring out how and where you want to be. It would be an executive chef with a plan with a lot more likely to make it into the world today. Want to be an executive chef that have no idea how to get there? The big journey begins with small steps. Remember, back of the line, stepping up to do what you do and make things work. Really important. Remember, center of attention. So you make sure that they notice you to make you. If you don't want to go up and you want to be in the back of the line and not go anywhere, that's okay. Remember, you're the one that's in control to decide what you want to do. Smart goals to make sure. It's easy to set goals, and best goals follow the framework of SMART goals. Are specific, measurable, achievable, reliant, and always be specific. Remember those 5 and 10-year plans? I hope you were all honest with them. We're not trying to outdo anybody else. We're not trying to teach you to, yes, we're telling you to go for the stars, but we want you to achieve the goals you want to do to the finish line. That's the key part. Specifically, clearly define what and how you're going to try to do it. If you finish where the finish line is, and you realize where you are. Marcus, the line cook, wants to move up in the kitchen. Rather than move up in the kitchen, his goal should be to become concrete as a master of current station. Once he achieves that goal, he can set another goal and learn the next station. And that's how you cross-train a kitchen, to learn everything. Some of you have been in a kitchen already, right? And you've had partners to do the stuff with you, correct? All of you been in a kitchen to understand? So then you understand what your goal is and what you're supposed to do in that team. It's kind of really important to figure it out, to do different things. Measurable. A way of determining whether you succeed in your goal or not. Gary Hackett, what did you do for a 5-year plan?
I'm working to grow my personal chef business, be a personal chef for celebrities. I already have a clientele.
Wow.
I work for a doctor at the moment.
Well, that's wonderful. Are you from Austin?
No, I'm not. I'm from Georgia originally.
My gosh, we've got a variety of people from everywhere, huh? So really, you really had to think about your plan, didn't you?
Yes.
And you were truthful?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all I want from you. And so to be successful, who's got to take care of it?
Me.
Thank you. Did you hear me?
Yep.
So if you recognize that, then you will succeed. But until you recognize that, we all can't do anything. All right? I thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I think Rashonda Brooks, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. It's Renisha.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, you can call me Ro.
But you said Renisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about your 5-year plan.
So I want to start a food truck. I've been saving up for a food truck, but I want to open that in November.
Okay, of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
Good planning.
Yes. I know it would have been perfect if it was earlier with all the virus stuff going on, but I still need to.
It would be pretty difficult. And how much you want to make a bet that, and I don't mean to down on anybody, guys. We are all in this together. The food trucks are going to be a lot more cheaper to buy now because a lot of people don't know what to do.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
And
Yes, ma'am.
sometimes it breaks my heart because I've been in this business for over 40 years. It breaks my heart that, you know, but I always say God has a plan. And so I'm not an overly religious person, but I am grateful for what I have and what I am today. So I do wish, so you want to open a food truck and you want to stay in Austin, or where are you from?
I'm from Austin.
You? Okay. Well,
Yes,
I'm glad
ma'am.
you're here. Are you going to stay around and
Yes,
do the
ma'am.
cooking here? Oh, good.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
do you have a following already?
No, ma'am. My family, they know I cook, and my friends, my family, and my friends, but
Good. Good.
I haven't opened up anything. I have everything, like, as far as my business plans organized, but as far as anybody knowing about what I have going on, no, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're in our class.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. If you all have any questions, guys, you know to ask, right? Okay.
Yes, Chef.
Because I listen and Chef Cliff does too. All right. So if I'm talking too much, tell me, zap it, and I don't mind. But when you leave this class, restaurant ops, you're going to know a little bit. I promise you that. And I think you've already figured that out, haven't you? So to do your dream, to make it work. Marcus, how are you doing today? You're doing good?
Doing all right, Chef.
Okay, good. Welcome. I like to see the faces because that way I can, when I see you in the hallway, I'll know what to say to you. All right. Achievement. Wow. Yes, you can. You should push to use your full potential, but shouldn't be completely impossible. You should require the skills that you have and can develop. So let's say Marcus, why do you think I picked that name and asked Marcus to talk, is working the grill station in order to be successful, complete every order. He has to remember how to cook each protein and how long, right? Have you all been in the kitchen already? Have you all, none of you, some of you haven't been in the kitchen yet? Jonah, you haven't? Wow. So you've done all your book stuff first. All right. Are you doing the associates program, Jonah? Are you doing their associates program?
Me?
Yeah.
Jonas.
Jonas, sorry.
I'm doing the associates program. Yes.
Okay. And you haven't been in the kitchen yet?
No, I've never cooked in a professional kitchen.
Oh, no. But at the school, have you been in a kitchen yet?
Oh, yeah. I took foundations for my first block.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Did you have Chef Raff?
Chef Miguel.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know, Chef Miguel and I worked together for about 11 years.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Chef
yeah.
Miguel's a great guy.
Yeah, we worked together in a hotel so we know each other quite well.
Very cool.
Now, Chef, I did not know that. I didn't know that you knew him from way back when.
Oh yeah, Chef Miguel and I were, well, it wasn't 11. I think it was like 9 years when I left, but we worked a long time together.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, so, I mean, usually where I worked 11 years at Lakeway Resort, 12 years at Westwood Country Club. And then I worked at Steiner Ranch, the retirement community, the Longhorn Village one in Steiner Ranch. And yeah, it was, I've always been a long time someplace. I'm not a mover and a shaker, as they would say. And then, so I've been really blessed. So Marcus here working on the grill station. So cross training, right? To make it work. It makes a big difference of how you react to the people around you to make sure they're doing their job and you're doing your job. Makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? Because if they don't know what they're doing and you've got your meat cooked and if the other proteins or the other stuff is not done, the meal's going to go out late and it's going to go out cold, correct? So you all have to be on the same page. So to achieve that, you've got to help the other person recognize it because it might take a little bit longer for that person to get it. So the next one is Revelant. How will these goals help you and what you want to do? Marcus's case, he wants to move up in the kitchen. His rotation for the goal of mastering his current station. If you can prove that, I can run my station, I can train others. Remember, people see everything you do, guys. Think you just don't go in the kitchen and somebody doesn't watch what you do. The higher ups. If they see that you're forthgoing, you will go up the ladder more. Don't have to brag about it. You don't have to talk about it. Do your job and help the people around you to make it work. And then you are going to be blooming a lot better also. Time bound, the next one to understand, should have a deadline. You should be related to having achievement goals. Make the deadline soon enough that you're pushed to complete it in time. But don't demand perfection overnight. Here's a great example. Teaching online. Great example. Don't expect it right away. It takes a little bit of time to understand how things are done.
Too true.
Your goals should have a time limit. Your goals should include the word by when. So if you don't know how to cook a steak, the first one might not be great. If the other person on your team is cooking it and you want to take over and you're so antsy around him because that's what you want to do. So remember, try to get your goals and achieve them in the time limit that you want it to be. Don't let it go, because that's when you are going to be there to learn. And that is the key word to get it. Chicken brigade system, kitchen brigade system. You may already be familiar with the kitchen brigade system. It is originally created by Auguste Escoffier, our namesake, a person that determined the whole kitchen. Inspired by the time in the French military in order to create an efficient work environment. Kind of a dictatorship or a military standpoint of the head chef, the sous chef, or the undercook, the round men that came around, and then the people that are in the front. Pastry cook, loader cook, my lines are keep coming up there, so I can't see it. Roast cook, sauce cook, fish cook, different types of cooking. So make sure that we understand. The kitchen brigade system does high level, in charge of buying equipment. Food acts representative of the restaurant when dealing with outsiders. Do you think, or let's finish it all and then we'll go back. The sous chef, directly under executive chef, supervises the kitchen. Make sure that everyone is doing their job. Line cooks, several under sous chefs. Food, accounting to a standard recipe. Demi chefs or assistants, common practice underneath the cook. Types of cook, saucier, a sauté cook, handles sauces. Chef Cliff, what would you say that is? The fish one. How do you pronounce it?
Poissonnier. Poissonnier.
Fish, shellfish. Grilling, grilled meats. Rôtissier, roast items. Or potage, soup and stock. Vegetables. Extremita, how do you say extramutter? For
Um,
combination. And Ligmaire and Grand Marnier manager, Grand Marnier pastry chef, cold preparations, crudité, and salad. So like the pantry cook, as they would say in so many essence of words. So a lot of people think that going and being a pastry chef, you get your own little kitchen and you get your own little place. Not so. It's always the pastry cook that puts the desserts together. How many of you worked in a restaurant before? A lot of you? Just speak up, please. Anybody? Nobody? Wow. Oh, you have, James?
Oh, yes.
I have, Chef.
Okay. A different world in being interpreting and then working someplace, correct?
Yeah, it's the dance with each other is a little different.
Yeah, it is. So, so there's different ways of making it. The front of the house, maitre d' in charge of the dining room, select the wines, trains the waiters, develops menu with the head chef. Oh, I don't know about, I've never seen that much, too much. Sommelier is under the maitre d', buys, recommends, and serves wine. The head waiter under the maitre d', supervisors and other waiters. Sometimes it's done by the maitre d' himself. Captains under the head waiter explains the menu and takes orders. Front waiters use captions, make sure the tables are set up and the food is delivered properly. The back waiters, the bus people using under captains, clear tables, fill water, and different things. So different forms. Write out your goals. Remember what we said. So let me see. Trenton. Good morning. What was your 5-year goal?
Mine?
Trenton? Yeah.
Get out of class, survive the apocalypse, then join the military, and then go into Wounded Warriors Foundation, being a cook for them.
Okay, so go back a little bit.
that's
Remember
awesome
that-
on the Wounded Warrior.
Huh?
Well, thank you.
No, what a great, I support them, so I understand, but you want to go in the service? I think you need it desperately.
Yeah, probably.
I don't mean to laugh, and you know me.
I know.
But that would be a good thing for you. And I think, are you going to go in the military and be in their cooking field?
I just can go in the fucking infantry. Just get it over with.
Well, I don't want you to take it that way. Why don't you think about going into cooking, or are you not interested in cooking?
Oh no, I'm definitely interested in cooking.
Well, then why would you not go into it in the culinary aspect of it?
I'm tired of being a sissy.
A what?
A sissy.
Well, that's not being a sissy, being a chef.
Oh, I know. I was just going into the military, get like do something.
Muscle?
Yeah, there we go.
Well, you can have muscle and still cook.
Oh, I know.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to break some news to you, but I mean, just because you cook in the military doesn't mean you're not going to do push-ups. Correct? All right. Thank you. About Andrea. Andrea? Okay. No answer. Okay. Randall Lawson. Good morning. Are you there? Another one. Hendrik, we talked yesterday. Are you there? No. Okay.
Who is the last person you tried to talk to?
Kendrick.
Okay.
And Rena Dorsey.
Good morning.
Good morning. So tell me what your 5-year plan is.
My 5-year plan is to have my food truck. Like I want to be able to work towards to get my license, and then like I want to save up enough money to be able to switch to get my own restaurant.
Okay. Are you from Austin?
No, I'm not.
No. Where are you from?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. You're getting
What kind
hit
of-
pretty hard. You're getting hit pretty hard right now.
Oh no, I'm in Houston with my aunt, but I'm not in New Orleans right now.
Oh, I know, but is your family okay?
Recently my uncle's aunt passed away from the COVID.
Oh, man.
Other
sorry.
than, and then my cousin, they're having symptoms, so we're trying to like keep it separated and stuff like that. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well,
Take
I'm
care of
sorry.
yourself.
Yeah.
What kind of food truck are you thinking about doing?
I want to do like a Cajun type Creole.
Nice.
Just
Very
something
cool.
like that, I understand.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Andre, good morning. What's your 5-year plan?
5-year plan is to stay alive. No,
I can't hear you.
you hear me now?
Yep.
So my 5-year plan is to pretty much continue to work on my business,
What's your business?
opening up a food truck.
Another food truck. So I'm going to have to watch out where I drive, right? Or come visit.
Hey,
I can't hear. So food truck, what kind of food?
Just I'm from Philadelphia, so I'm be making like cheesesteaks, just a bunch of different types of stuff, and I also want to do something that can, show
Okay.
off my culinary skills as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. How many classes have you taken already at the school?
Foundations, communications, and history.
Okay. Oh, you did. So you've really been in all paper classes.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Are you enjoying it? So I don't know if you like paper classes, but this is definitely a learning skill, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been cooking for a while?
Yeah. I was actually in the military cooking.
Yeah, you look like you were.
Retired in April.
Well, I thank you for your service, first of all. And I appreciate that. And I'm so glad that you chose Escoffier to really enhance your future. Because if you love to cook, that's a really important factor.
Yeah, I sure do.
All right. If you have any questions, make sure you put your thumb up or thumb down, and we'll get you. All right. Thank you. Okay. 5-year goal plan. So let's go and see. Robert Irvin.
So my 5-year plan is right now I don't really have a place specifically in mind, but I'm gonna come back to Denton with my family, and I'm gonna find a good job where I can work up the ladder in.
Okay. I think Disney, let me just tell you a little bit about Disney. Disney is a great place to go and feel what you want to do because they have the marketing skills for you to learn really, really big to achieve what you want to do. The only thing about Disney when you get there, if you're going to come through the school, is they can sometimes put you in places that, they know that you can carry the load for that venue that you're working at. So if you're going to feel like you're stuck, I think you need to go to your manager to tell them that that they need to move you, that you came to learn and you want to grow. Do you get what I'm saying, Robert?
Yeah, I got you.
So make sure that you do that, and that would be a really great thing. If you need to make more of to just be honest with yourself in these 5 to 10 year goals. Make sure you keep a copy of it, put it in a file, please. Because I want you to look at it at the end of this quarter or this semester that we are doing and see if your goals have changed just a little bit, to make sure that when you finish school also, make sure that you tweak it to see where you really want to go. Because what your dream at the beginning of the school is going to be a lot different than the dream at the end of the school. Do you get what I'm saying? It really makes a big difference. Jose, how was your goals for 5 years?
My goals. I plan to stick around in Austin and to gain a little more experience working.
Okay, where are you from?
Hopefully to open my own. I'm from Houston.
Are you from Houston? You mean Cementville?
Yes. Excuse me?
I said, you know, that's Cementville. They call it Cementville.
Yes.
Okay, at least you smiled on that one. Okay,
Yes.
so what do you like to cook?
I sometimes like to bake and sometimes like a little bit of Tex-Mex, like Mexican food.
Correct. And you like to bake, and you
that's
chose
what I plan
culinary.
to open up. Yes. But also to do like a little bit of culinary because like to cook like Mexican food as well.
Correct.
And that's
And
what
so-
I plan to open up at like a Tex-Mex restaurant.
A small one?
Yes, not too big. Yeah.
Is your family into restaurants?
No, not really. It's just only me.
Who empowered you to cook?
Well, it was like my grandma kind of inspired me to
Your bubby, your grandma?
to cook.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's either a grandma always usually that makes you, motivates you to do something that you want to do it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my grandma and my mom as well. Yes.
Oh, your mom too? That's wonderful. Well, I'm glad.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm glad I got to talk to you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. So your goal should be on the roadmap to guide you and show you what is possible for your life. Kind of really important. So tomorrow's agenda. So let's go ahead before we even start talking about that. Do you all want to take a few-minute break and kind of then go over what we're going to do? So
Yeah.
I really appreciate the time that you've kind of listened. I know I talk a lot, but I think that what we covered today was something that really is an important factor of what you are all about and where you can go. And I don't think some of you really realized where you could go and what you could do, could you? With the degree that you have in your hand. So that is a good factor of what I'm doing. I'm liking it that a lot more people are showing their faces, and I really would love it so we could see it all and to make things work. And let me see who else. I'll do one more and then we'll take a break. But there is Glass. Are you there?
It's Mercedes Glass.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I get, okay, thank you, I'm sorry. Can you tell me about your 5-year plan?
Sure. My 5-year plan is to start my own business. Hopefully by then I will have enough profit from my first business to be working on my second.
Okay. So are you from Austin?
I'm not from Austin.
Okay, where are you from?
I am from Jamaica originally by way of New York.
Have you met Chef Raff?
In
Big boy.
passing?
Big boy.
Yes, I've met him in passing.
You know, he loves Jamaica.
Does he?
He said he's going to retire in Jamaica.
That's
And when
awesome.
you-
Jamaica's awesome.
Yeah, and he said every time you go visit him in his house, he's got Jamaican music on and he's moving through the kitchen. So I just want you to understand you have a brother in the kitchen that loves Jamaica. I've never been, but I plan to go someday.
And you definitely should.
Yeah.
It's quite an experience.
Yeah. So you came just for the school?
No, I did not. I was in the military. I actually live in Killeen, and I kind of settled here.
Thank you for your service, first of all.
Thank you. But I really want to have my own business, and I love cooking. It is something that I'm very passionate about, and so going to school.
Entrepreneurship. Correct.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've worked for other people the last 21 years of my life. I think it's time that I'm my own boss, and so that's why I'm in school right now, is to get as much knowledge as I can, and then to hopefully get mentorship from some of the greats, people that I admire, which will be useful in running my own successful businesses, because I want to build an empire. I want to leave a legacy for my daughter.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm talking about. Do you all get it? Because if you don't take self-esteem and go follow direction, you're not going to get anywhere. So you've got to be self-determined yourself to make anything possible.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I agree with you. And I think it's more women sometimes feel that way than the men. Because the era that I worked in a kitchen, us women were always the workers and never took leadership because we weren't allowed leadership. But right now it's changing, guys. It's us women taking control of the kitchen, and the men don't have that much. And I'm not downsing men, don't misunderstand me. Don't misunderstand me. But now we are getting to be more in power and showing what our abilities are to run a kitchen, correct?
We all have vision. I think sometimes we just lack the necessary motivation. And I tell most of the guys in this class are from my previous blocks. And so I know a lot of them. And I tell them we can all make it. You just have to want it bad enough. And I want it.
Yep.
There's no
I agree
feeling for me. So
and yeah. And then that's why you see me, probably I try to be a motivator, because to make them think, the word is think, to depend on what you want in your life, because you're the soldier, you're the only person that can control that.
Absolutely.
We have got to make our young people today think and to make things happen. And that's what my goal is, you know, I'm 70 years old and I'm still teaching. And it's not the money factor for me anymore. It's about leaving a legacy to the world, for people to get it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
A better
and
place.
As an educator, I mean, there are so many diseases, and people who are highly educated and who continue to learn actually fight off Alzheimer's. So, I mean, that's a great thing, to always be informed. And, you know, that's why I'm here.
Well,
All
listen,
the knowledge.
Mercedes, thank you for talking, and I appreciate your 5-year plan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So Chef, can we take a say about 10-minute break?
Yeah, of course.
And then we can come back and continue.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
All right. See y'all in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Chef Pavla.
Yes.
I was just wondering, did you make the slides yourself?
Yeah, we have a team that kind of work at it, and we kind of all work together.
Okay, 'cause I just realized like who you're quoting in the write down your goals. Les Brown, I love him.
Who is that?
It's a really famous actor.
Okay, so talk to me again one more time and explain to me what you're saying.
The quote, it says write down your goals.
Yeah.
The third slide to the last. I love that quote.
Oh, okay.
And that person actually used like one of their quotes for my senior year.
Okay, you mean your goals are your roadmap?
Yes.
Is that okay? Yeah, I'm a person that love quotes. I love for things to inspire me, and sometimes I have to read something to make it work. Do you get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so those are the things that are really, really important for your 5-year goal. Because if you don't motivate yourself in your first 5 years, you're not going to do the 10. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm really not interested in 15 years because you're then an adult and you've got kids running around or you've got something going on. And it's not a goal factor as much in 15 years because it's old news. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you don't initially do it in the first 5 years, then you're going to have a problem. You agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What else can I do to help you?
That's it.
You're enjoying it?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm glad. But other than that, nothing else. We'll be finishing up with what we're going to be doing today and then tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it, Kimberly.
Thank you.
Hey, Chef, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So you told me that I don't really have a follow. I mean, I don't have a following besides my family and my friends. But I do want to start a food truck. But I was thinking, what would be smarter, to start a food truck or to rent out a kitchen until I can have the business for a food truck?
Let me tell you. Are you going to do it in Austin?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
You know what you might start out. I'm really thinking about that because I really don't want to direct you in a wrong way. I love the food truck because I think food trucks are going to be, and I'm not wishing anybody ill because I think this virus is a serious thing, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's put a lot of people in hardship. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the monthly rent on a restaurant is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And you could start out by voicing your opinion out by even renting a kitchen by the hour and cooking it and then selling it at a farmer's market and getting a booth at a farmer's market. Have you ever thought of that?
At a farmer's market?
Yeah.
Ro?
Yes.
Renisha, you know how this whole coronavirus shut down a whole bunch of like business establishments?
Uh-huh.
Regarding your food truck, try liquidation services from restaurants that have been liquidated to gain like stovetops and lines and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but a food truck, if she bought it at a cost, then she doesn't have to pay monthly rent except for the space that she's at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at farmer's market, you could probably make the stuff at home and bring it to the farmer's market and sell it. And that way people get to know you and then you could go from that menu into the food truck. Get what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you need to have money in order to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I don't want to just go in and get a food truck and no business is coming, So I'd rather get my customers first and then open up.
And then say, you know what, I will have a food truck and I'm going to be parked right around the corner.
Yes.
Have you ever been to the Mueller Farmers Market?
Yeah.
They're very open to new vendors. Like every time they're super local. They're just people like literally the smallest packaging, and they're just trying to showcase what they make and what they can do.
Do you know how much it costs? Do you realize how much it costs to be at Mueller?
Yes, I already looked it up to gain a spot there at Mueller to sell my personal food, and it is very expensive.
Okay. It's not cheap, is it?
Nope.
Yep. So, and then also a lot of times sometimes it's a percentage of your sales.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Yes.
don't understand that the farmer's market, even though you're making it, but that's the only way that the locals will come get you. Or sometimes even a restaurant will lend you their kitchen and let you sell a half of it in a restaurant, to do a half a restaurant doing your food and half a restaurant doing theirs, because they want more, they want less upkeep. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
there's different, let me think of a different way to interpret it for you. And was that you, Delilah, that talked?
Yes.
So yeah, there's so many different ways that you have to really investigate what makes you comfortable of what you want to do. But I think investigating, if you get the truck for hardly anything, remember the space of where you park it, it depends. Are you going to be in a food truck venue, or are you going to just drive up somewhere and park it? Then
Just
you really
drive.
you gotta really think about where you're going and what you do.
You have to
Mhm.
gain permits for some places that you park.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I was in high school, my mom owned a food truck and sold authentic Mexican food. And everywhere we would park, we would have to get a permit from that establishment.
Mhm.
Yeah. And was that parking, was that expensive, Delilah?
I'm not sure. I wasn't too into the business side of it. I kind of would just help her make the food
Correct.
and sell it. So I really don't know too much about food trucks. I'd like to though.
If she still got the food truck?
No, sadly, she had to stop to take care of my grandparents, but it's still there, and I actually sold my own food out of it for a little while. I'm looking to move it out
Okay.
here soon.
Okay. Well, see, and then Roshana, is that you?
Yes, ma'am. You can
yeah,
call me Ro.
Okay,
Yes. I know.
can
I know.
only, there's, you know what it is we don't see your pictures. We see all black spaces. And so
Yes, ma'am.
sometimes if I have a face recognition, it's a lot easier than for me to have these white type things in the middle of a black square to get what we're doing. But I think you learned a lot what you can do today with this degree.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different possibilities of you growing and becoming something.
Yes, because I don't want to be in the kitchen for too long because I like to do other things. Like I'm interested in music and fashion. So eventually I want to just have somebody else operate what I do. But yeah, in the first 5 years, I just
But wait. You got to conquer one thing at a time, girl.
Yes, ma'am.
And wait, I'm going to tell you, you've got to be young. Tell me how old you are around.
I'm 27.
Okay. Oh, well, no, you've been around for a while. No.
I am. I'm knocking at 30.
Okay. Yeah. But, so you've got to kind of really make your goal to doing one thing at a time. And when you perfect it, did you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Don't half-ass do it. Perfect it, then you can move on to something else. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You promise me that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because don't do things just half-ass, because then you're doing too many things and nothing gets done.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's why I'm really focusing on culinary right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, Ro, what kind of food do you want to sell out of your food truck?
Just healthy stuff, honestly, like smoothies, wraps, salads. Like I don't want to do any major. I want to have just serve breakfast and lunch, and then like eventually when I want to open up a restaurant, I want it to be dinner. But I don't want to be out running the truck.
So you want really snack food.
Yes, like people for that work out or anything, or just want something to balance out. Yes, ma'am. I don't want to serve big meals or anything.
I went to Waco. And, you've heard of Magnolia's, right?
Yes.
Okay. She has a truck, and that's what they do is they do all the snack stuff from the food truck.
Mm-hmm.
And she does like small, like biscuits or breakfast items that they can just pick up and walk away with.
Mm-hmm.
And then she has the shakes, and then she has the ice cream, and then she has all this other stuff. Yeah.
because
does
people
that
hardly get it.
very
You know,
well.
they hardly get that. So I want to be the one to provide, like, you know, just stuff, snacks in between, or I just look at it as breakfast and lunch because I'll be serving salads and wraps and sandwiches.
There's a really
Yeah,
big
because
market out here for people like healthy food, people who eat really healthy here in Austin.
Yes. And then that's how I really got into cooking, because I used to be 230 pounds and now I'm 188. So that's how I really got into cooking, so I can cook for myself and eat more healthy. And it's just, you
Rashonda,
can really,
I was 410 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And I
Ooh.
am 160 pounds today.
Yes, because the food is healthy. Food is good. It's really good for you, and you can make good stuff out of healthy food.
Correct. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I totally understand.
You was 400 pounds, chef?
410. I used to be like Chef Rapp.
Wow. How long did it take you to lose all that?
I lost 100 pounds in one month. Not good. Not good. It took me over a year.
Yeah. It's okay, because food is so good, you know. Like, I just gained my weight out of nowhere. It was out of nowhere. I just eating out of control.
Well, right now the refrigerators are getting empty because we're going in it all day long. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have work to keep me busy because I'm working for Amazon right now.
Who are you?
But I just still love to eat. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm waiting. I got my packages yesterday from Amazon, so I was a happy camper.
I have beef from Amazon.
Yeah, I ordered 25 books to read.
Wow.
So I'm a happy camper.
Renee,
I know.
I got beef with Amazon.
Why?
Uh-oh.
I ordered a bunch of weights like 2 weeks ago. Where are they?
I don't know. Look, I just got back to work yesterday.
Where are they? Have you taken them?
You seen them?
Sometimes I know you could track like where your package is, or if the stop is 7 stops away. But sometimes I'll have to reroute myself because the package there'll be a stop that's right next door compared to a stop that's 3 minutes away. So sometimes customer will be tracking it. It's like, I saw you coming. I'm like, I'm sorry, I had to go drop this package off that was right here, you know. But trust me, it's gonna get there.
There's a facility like down the street from my complex, and I just don't understand how I don't get it first. I should be the first drop off.
You're right, though. You're right.
I'm the last one.
Yeah, you're gonna get complaints now. All the Amazon complaints are gonna go straight to you now.
Some of our drivers do come in at like 8 o'clock, still delivering out there all late.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I bet y'all are so busy and slammed right now.
Yes. But I don't blame them because I always shop at Amazon.
Yeah, I do
like
too.
it. I
I buy 90% of my stuff on Amazon. Like I've got like, I think every day I get an order, something coming in.
Yes. On my route, I have the same houses. So
Yeah, totally.
they're familiar with my face because they have the little Ring cameras.
Yeah. That's totally funny.
I'm liking the class, though. So.
Yeah, you know, it's just a different way of presenting things. It's I've kind of think I'm a more better on ground person. You know, I don't know. It's just I'm a
usually on the go,
like walking around the room and doing stuff, and this is a little different for me, for sure.
For me,
And everybody.
it's hard to get up in the morning.
What'd you say?
It's just hard for me to actually like get up and get motivated.
Yeah, you know, and I go and, you know, I try to get out, you know, I'll take my dog out in the morning, you know, just a few things just to kind of wake up and to get motivated and moving. But it's getting better. I mean, plus we had what 2 weeks off of sleeping in, or I did, so it's like, it's tough to get up at be in class at 6 in the morning now. Chef Pablo, do we want to start?
Sure.
Or do we want to?
No.
And I will share that. Hold on. Let me go back to. Hold on. Let me get back to where I was sharing desktop. This. Are we good? Everybody see it?
Yes, your screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. About the agenda and all of that. Cool. Pablo, you wanna go, or you want me to do it?
No, that's fine. Tomorrow's agenda: creating a job description of where you want to be, the factors that important pay rates, and salary versus hourly. Wow. Is that a statement by itself, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
What choice do we decide? What do you think is the right choice of what we're going to do? So, Restaurant Impossible video tomorrow?
yeah. Hold on a second. Why isn't it going? Oh, there you go.
The next page.
Oh, I can do it today if you would like.
Today.
Would you like to do it today?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do it, and then any takeaways? I'll play the video in a minute, but anything that anybody wants to, ask questions about or talk, open kind of forum before we do this video? No. Hold on a second. Do you see my YouTube video up?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is 42 minutes. That's a long. Maybe we'll do a little bit.
We're going to do it all at one time.
Do it all at what time is it?
Yeah, I think it's a lot better than people trying to remember today from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Some people
What
miss
time
it.
is it? All right, we got. We'll just play it, and then whenever it's done, class will be over.
Correct. We can just talk for a second. Yeah.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna hit play. Oh, can y'all hear it? Oh no.
No.
They got to open them up.
Can everybody see it and watch it and hear it?
We can see it, but I can't hear it.
I can't hear it either.
I can't hear it.
View options.
Well, you need to hit play, Chef, because it's not playing right now, so that's why no one can hear.
Can y'all hear it?
No.
No.
Yeah.
It's like lagging really bad too.
Is it? All right. Well, then maybe what we need to do is let
what
me.
about view options? If you are viewing, okay,
Where do you say view options?
up there right on the top, but that's my monitor. Oh, I know. What about, wait a minute. Look at your screen and it says mute and it has a line through it, so you have to undo it.
Yeah, I had it like that. Maybe make sure everybody's volume is turned up on your device.
Actually, you need to turn the volume up, Chef, because it's all the way down. So move that all the way to the end and perhaps that will help.
I'm going to let it go. I'm going to look at the chat. All right, so I'm going to open up the chat and because I can't hear other in my speaker, all I hear is the loud talking of the video, right? So someone let me know if you can hear it. Just type in I can hear it on the chat. Okay? Cool.
Heard.
I'm in northern Alabama on my way to a little town called Hammondville. I'm here to help Daniel Milliken
Yeah, it's got to be
I can
louder.
hear it, but I can barely hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it too, but it's not loud enough.
Chef, you need to turn the volume up on your screen. You're controlling the volume.
Okay, let me see if I can do it.
Yeah, Chef, I have a better idea. How about you just
Turn the volume up on your laptop, Chef.
Yeah, your physical
Your
laptop.
YouTube video.
Can you say that again?
just send the link, sir?
Chef, you need to turn the volume up on your end. You're controlling.
Yeah, I've got it all like I have it up as high as I could possibly get it.
Hey chef, sometimes when I'm like streaming FaceTime and I want to stream another app that has a camera,
Yeah.
the audios will cancel each other out. Like you can only have audio for one or the other.
Hey, Chef, what was your output setting?
Yeah, you need to change it to speaker.
Okay. How about this? How about this, y'all? I'm gonna put up the. Can y'all hear me right now?
Yes, Chef.
Okay. So how about I give y'all? I will put the link in the chat room or in the chat. And I think it's me trying to stream something from YouTube onto the Zoom, and then y'all watching it from Zoom. I think that's just a lot of, because there'll be some lagging and stuff, and maybe I just don't know all the ins and outs, but I will post this on the chat room, and then y'all can watch it, and then we can have a, y'all, I don't know, Chef, I don't know if I can do it, have any music, so I'm thinking maybe they just watch it on your own. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about, there's got to be a way that we can put the volume higher.
The link's
I know she
also
said
under the
that.
Google Doc you sent us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the link is.
So we can get the link from there too.
All right, let me see what I can do real quick about the audio. Maybe I can't do. Well, that's.
I did hear it. I did hear it though.
Now, could you turn it up on your end?
I did. I tried.
And it didn't work?
No.
Okay. Hold on. Let me press play.
That it was already existing business. I didn't have to worry about anything going wrong or trying to get something started. I basically just walk in there and make some extra cash off of it.
Invite, pause, reaction, share.
Daniel has relied heavily on his sister-in-law, Carolyn.
Daniel has no restaurant experience, and since I had some, I offered to jump in and kind of help him with it.
I have went over the figures of why I'm not making money, and to be honest, I really cannot figure it out.
Since Daniel has taken over the restaurant, he is working 100-hour weeks. It's taken up
Yeah, I'm trying to get it up too, and
with his life, and it's just a really hard thing to see.
Right now, I've just sacrificed way too much to quit on it. We got to make it work.
I'm going up on the volume, so let's see if this makes a difference.
He's a really good guy, and he really wants to do this.
I got it. Can you hear it?
It's better.
All right, so can y'all hear that?
I had the
I
volume
can't hear it.
higher.
I can't hear it.
I can hear it when I turn my volume all the way up, but then when y'all talk, like it's like you're screaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the Zoom audio is way louder than that YouTube video.
Right. So if we all just watch it, it's fine if we turn our volume up. But as soon as somebody talks, it's like you're yelling.
I still can't hear it. I can't hear it at all with the volume all the way up.
That's not working for me.
The stress level is outrageous.
Nobody talk. Listen.
Was in way over his head, and I've got 2 days to figure it all out. So before I get to the restaurant, I'm going to do something I've never done before.
I can't do this with headphones, and they're gonna bust my.
Since the restaurant changed hands recently, it'll be interesting to hear what he has to say. Hey, you must be Jim. Hi, Chuck. Hi, nice to see you. So, tell me about your restaurant that you sold to Daniel.
Sorry.
Well, I had been in the
Eileen, I'll
restaurant
turn it off in a move.
in this area. I've had that restaurant for 6 years. My wife and myself had decided that
Can y'all hear that?
No, Chef.
No.
Is there any output settings in the Zoom app?
miles around.
Maybe.
We were running some big numbers. So it's a good business. Yes, it is.
Can y'all hear any of that?
Hey, send us the link. Gotta hit the table.
Very quietly.
Very muffled.
All right, and I don't know, you know, I think it might be best. I mean, I'm learning every day, right? So I'm posted the stuff on the portal and all of that. And I'll learn how to try to share a video with the volume up higher. I just don't know how to do it right now, and I don't like wasting y'all's time while I'm sitting here trying to fix it, you know? So hold on one second, let me stop sharing real quick. Am I stopped sharing yet? No. I don't know why I'm. All right. Well, I'm having a problem now. Stop sharing. So let's see here. It's not even doing anything. Chef Pablo.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything you want to say right now? Oh, there. I got it. All right. Sorry. There we go. Hello. All right. Does everybody see me?
Yes.
Okay. So we're just going to have to do that video on your own, unfortunately, until I figure out what to do, guys. I don't like sitting here doing IT work and while y'all are just twiddling your thumbs. So what was, Chef Pablo, what was the stuff that they needed to do for tomorrow?
No, so their assignment for tomorrow is creating a job description of what a person does. So if you're going to say line cook, and you give a description of a line cook. If you want to be the saucier, or you're going to be making sauces, I want a description of what they're going to be doing for tomorrow, what they would like to be doing. It is, what do you think also, all I want is a little paragraph really, making the factors to impact the pay rates. What do you think? Why should a person on front of the line be a different pay rate than a person executing the whole menu? Do you get what I'm saying? What each position has a pay rate. Which one do you prefer? Investigate it. Just don't write it down. What is the difference between a salary and hourly rate? Do you know there's some executive chefs that don't get an hourly salary, or I mean a salary versus an hourly rate? The companies are changing a lot. You know, a lot of times in the past, they love the salary factor. Why? Why do you think they love the salary factor? Anybody want to say?
Not paid for overtime.
Overtime.
How many hours were you there a day? Depending if a place is opening up, if a restaurant or a hotel is opening up, could they sometimes afford a salary? I mean, an hourly rate? No, because, you know, this world that we are coming to, or this world or this profession that we are choosing is a lot of work. Do you all know that? Put your hands up if you realize that. A dedicated kind of world, isn't it? It's not a kind of world that you are going to say, oh, I want a 9-to-5 job. It isn't a 9-to-5 job. You know, I'm not boasting my ego, but the longest run that I've ever done was 16 hours a day for 42 days straight. Do you realize that? And it is not an easy thing. So what is the key things to when you want to be a chef? Salaries versus hourly. Do you have a family at home to take care of? You have to have a support system, guys. A support system is really important to help you maintain the brain to make it work. So those are the things that we're going to be talking about tomorrow, salary versus hourly, to make sure that different things are working. You know, we learned today our dreams of 5-year plan and the 10-year plan. How important is that? So Chef Cliff will be here with you tomorrow. I'm thinking about, or I'm contemplating going to Houston tomorrow for a funeral. Very dear friend of mine. So it's at 9 o'clock in the morning, guys. I have to be in Houston by 9. And I was debating if my husband and I should drive down there, but you know what they say is friends are like diamonds, precious and rare, and false friends are like autumn leaves everywhere. So we do have to respect the people around us that made us who we are today. And we do need to honor them. So I might not be here tomorrow. I'm going to decide really if it's going to rain and stuff tomorrow. I don't know if I want to do that 4-hour drive tomorrow there and 4 hours back. That's 8 hours of driving tomorrow. So Chef Cliff will know, and he's great at taking over. So he will do a great, great job for you and get to know it. But other than that, any other questions, guys?
Drive safe.
Hey, yeah, and if you want, I mean, just be safe, Chef. If you
I
can.
gotta make a decision. I'm gonna make it today. So if I'm gonna do it or not.
All right. Well, tomorrow, you know, I would like you just because I would like to discuss this video with you tomorrow. So if you could please watch it today. The video is I've posted the PowerPoint, so the video is attached, but let me just copy and paste. I'm just pasting also the video right there on the chat line, so if you want to get it. And I will practice today working on getting videos so where y'all can hear the sound. But sorry I couldn't get that done today. But other than that, you will start seeing emails. I'm working on, I'm putting your 5-year plan and 10-year plan, I'm looking at it. And, you know, all I want you to know about that is that is a living document, right? You know, because things change over the years. I mean, we don't even know what's going to be like when we get out of this quarantine type of thing. So there's a lot of changing going on. So your 5 to 10 year plans might change and evolve and as you go into it. So don't think that plan, you know, you just made it and that's it. I want you to keep it and use it and look at it maybe once a month, every
you know, I mean, so you can keep that goal in mind. So what you see that goal every single day or every single month, so you can strive every, you know, every time to create and get that goal for yourself. But other than that, I have nothing else to say. Chef Pablo, are you good?
Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, are y'all good?
You said just to watch the video, correct?
Yeah, just watch the video, and on the and it was, I don't think there was any actual physical what was the other stuff? And don't have the PowerPoint in front of me right now. But it's set for tomorrow is.
Oh yeah, one job description.
Okay, so job description, and that's like, you know, telling me about the job, right? What are you, how are you going to go find a job description? Yes.
So
Marcus.
one job description of our choice.
Yes.
Your choice, correct.
Your choice.
And you know what? You don't necessarily have to turn it into Chef Cliff, because he'll find your name and call it out to tell you what job description you've done.
Yeah, yeah, and Marcus.
So how do you want it written out? Do you want a paragraph describing the job, or do you want it to look more like a resume job description?
No, I want you to look at a position and write that paragraph on that position. So you can Google it or whatever you want, or whatever you want to be. You want to be in the pantry. What is a job description of a pantry cook? Do you understand? What is a description of,
So describe the job as in what would you need to do this, more
Correct.
so than.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Correct.
I think I got it.
So just pick a description online, what you're working online, get that position, remember the grade system, and pick one of them out, and then do that paragraph. Don't send it in to Chef Cliff, and then he'll call you out and ask you what your description of what you did. And some of you might pick the same thing. It's okay. But we need you to understand the line and the kitchen, what it does, and specifically what their jobs are on the line. Got it?
Yep. All right, guys, y'all be safe, and we are going to have a discussion kind of at the very beginning about this that video. Okay.
Be safe, guys. Be careful.
Safe, and Chef, drive safe.
Well, I'm still debating what to do. I've called my doctor, and my girlfriend and my other friend. And we're just going to wait and see, because I'm going to drive down there, and I'm going to sit in the car. I'm not even going. I'm going to sit in the car. So.
Okay. Well, have a good day. I'm going to end the meeting and end the recording. Are you in?
I'll be here
before you go.
I'll be here.
Sorry.
8:45. Sorry.
Chef, where is the link for the video exactly?
I posted it on the chat. So do you see where the chat room is?
I'm looking at the
No.
chat. It's not there.
Okay.
Hey, Mercedes.
Yes,
you
Matt,
go-
what's up?
Oh,
If you go on the portal.
Everyone here.
And then it'll
It's
say.
in the portal?
Yeah, daily participation. Click day 3 because it's not under PowerPoint, and it's like a Google Doc, and scroll to the
Thanks,
bottom.
Matt.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, and I just posted it. I was only doing it to Mia for some reason. And now everybody, it should show up on the chat room. Does it show up now?
Yes, Chef.
Cool.
Yes, it's there now.
Yeah, cool. And yeah, I'm going to be here, but I'm going to stop the recording. But if you need anything, let me know.
Yeah, go ahead and I would go ahead and watch it, and that way it'll be done for you for tomorrow. James, did you have something to say?
Nope, I'm all good.
Hey, okay?
Yep, all good.
All good?
Yes, ma'am.
Loretta, good? All right. Marcus, Andrew, How do you say that word? Kenton? Kenon? Okay. Good. Hi. Good morning.
Morning. For that assignment, I think I missed like half of the lecture.
What? Trevor.
What was that? I didn't hear you.
Present. Kenon. Kenon.
Hey, Chef Paula. I can barely hear you. Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to apologize for not participating today. I fell asleep. My dog is sick, and I ran out of my pills for sleeping. So,
Man, it's okay. Thank you for letting us know.
no problem.
I missed you, see, and that's why I pointed out to you.
I'm sorry. Like my dog
I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
Yes, ma'am. My dog got worms and stuff, so I was.
Oh my! Did you have to take it to the vet?
Had to take him to the vet. It cost $200 just to get him worm and all that. So, yeah.
And where did they pick? Did they know where they picked it up?
They had to. I had to wait 2 days for him. So when he went there, luckily he pooped, and when he pooped, they took a sample right there.
Correct.
And he had like 3
So
different.
did somebody give you the dog, or did you buy it?
I bought it from somebody.
Oh.
But they said he got the worms from like another dog from over here.
No way.
Yeah, so I really don't care. He good now.
He's a good boy, and now he's got a good person taking care of him, though, right?
Of course.
Of course, because I have two, so I know. Okay, well, I'm glad you're awake, even though it's at the end of the class. Did you hear me?
No, I started to wake up around about 7:30 because everybody kept calling me to wake up. So.
Oh, did they? So this group has been together for a while.
Oh yeah, mostly everybody in this group know me.
Oh, do they know you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna keep tabs on you, right?
Oh yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm gonna keep an eye on you. Don't worry. Even if it's blank thing with your name on it, I'll keep an eye on
I got
it.
you. Hold on. I got you.
You got me? Okay.
There you go.
Oh, there you are. Okay. It's a good thing. I'm glad you're here with us.
Oh yes, ma'am.
All right. Make sure you watch the video, okay?
I will.
And then you'll have it, and then you can talk to Chef Cliff about it tomorrow. It'll be a good thing.
Okay.
Have a great, great day.
I will, Chef. Y'all do too.
I will. Thank you. God bless.
Chef, what book are you reading? Oh,
I sent a text to my son to see what I could do to do something on the computer.
yeah, and
He always, we scribe, what they call it, video chat
oh yeah.
to
Yeah.
figure it out. This is like between this and this, the monitor and the screen. I don't know what to do first.
I know. But I'm looking through kind of some questions on how to fix that volume issue. So I'm working on it.
I could hear myself, Chef. I mean, I could hear it as long as somebody else didn't talk it. So if we had shut everything off, they could have all listened to it.
Okay, so
Higher volume.
okay, but like the volume that I had, was that
Yeah,
too
but you
low?
could raise it. Couldn't you raise yours? I raised mine.
Mine were all the way up as high as it could go, so I don't know.
153.
For the I was all the way up for the on the video plus
But there's a number that besides the volume up button, there's a number that you can keep hitting to get the volume higher.
Oh, I've got a volume button, you know, I mean, like, but yeah, but
It's not the arrow. Yeah.
what do you mean?
There was a number on the side that you can keep going up, and I got to 156 and I could hear it, but nobody else could talk.
Okay. And when people talked, it would be too loud?
No, it just, it froze the picture.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
So I just,
Oh, because it needed to, because anytime someone's talking, it will immediately go to their screen.
that's right.
So
We just
everybody,
we had muted all of us and just let them watch it. It would have been okay.
all right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I know, but
yeah.
everybody had to be muted.
All right. So so the next time I need to show a video, that's how it's going to, I'm going to have to physically mute everybody.
Yeah, and yes, correct. And yourself too.
Yes. And just say, we will discuss at the end.
Correct.
Or if there's anybody, if you need me, type on the chat room and you will be able to do it.
Correct.
Now, I'm glad that we were able to get you to share.
Yeah, I think so too, because like I said, I haven't really, my husband and I haven't even gone outside to really decide what we're going to do tomorrow, because I'm concerned because we're older. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
And I think we can get the gas here, so we don't have to get out of the car anywhere.
Yeah.
To just go to the cemetery and then come back.
Yeah.
But there's only going to be 3 people there besides my husband and myself.
Yeah.
But I might just stay in the car or be 10 feet apart from.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a new world nowadays. It's crazy.
Yeah. And so I don't know if, both, because my husband is 75. And so
Yeah.
it's just one of these things. I don't want to know if we need to take a chance, but I do need to honor her for the point, or do something extra special for her, because she did change my life in a lot of different ways. So,
Yeah. I mean, you know what? It affects you, but it also affects, I mean, like, I know that, like, I've got leukemia, and I know that I'm in that high population group, just like you, I mean, it's crazy.
Yep, it is. And,
It is
my daughter-in-law
crazy.
has cancer. So
Yeah.
we really have to watch what we do around her and
Yeah.
make it work. But, I was reading an article yesterday, because I love to read. And it said, you know, before the year is over, we will all have this coronavirus. Do you know that?
You know, I heard that. I heard that.
So that's going to be a rude awakening. I mean, won't be in a very strict form, but it will be a cold or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I did hear that, and that was kind of a surprising statistic. I might practice in a few minutes, doing a video. Chef Pablo, could you hear that?
No, I can't.
Okay. I'll
I just
work
sent you
on.
a text.
Okay.
But there's a number right next to the volume that I've been raising. I don't understand.
Which number is it? Like where my cursor is right now?
Yeah, it's right there where the volume, right there with that trumpet looking thing in the front. Keep going
Yeah.
back there. And then it has a number that it kept going up and up and up. But I'm just wondering if we could go to YouTube. You are on YouTube?
I am on YouTube right now. I wonder if I have to. Well, here, let me just log into Netflix and see if I can share a movie,
I don't have a Netflix account, do you?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, do you see that do you see what I have right now on your?
Yeah, I sure
I'm
see
gonna
everything.
I'm gonna just log in just to see if I can play, if it's just YouTube or if it's this as well.
Season 4 interview with Nicole Byer and Jack Doherty. Take one. Nicole and Jack, season 4.
Can you hear that?
I can hear it, and then you talk, and then it shuts off.
Yeah, I just paused it.
Okay.
But were you able to hear?
Put it on.
Okay. So is that better?
No volume at all.
Oh, none. Okay.
None.
All right. That's something. Maybe it's a Zoom issue and not my computer issue. So let me stop share. Now this is what I always have. How do I stop sharing? All right. Well, I'm gonna have to try it a different way. Well, I thought I could fix that.
I just asked my son, so that's what I just called him about.
Okay, and I'm Googling, trying to see if there's.
He's on the phone from 6 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night.
Really?
On the computer.
Oh my gosh.
He's a department head.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh wow.
He's probably on a call. My other son is a sommelier.
Yeah, I heard you say that. Where's he at? Where does he live?
He used to do he did all the buying for HEB, and he traveled the world for HEB in private jets.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've heard.
But he quit HEB after 11 years, and he works for a wine company now, and he was supposed to be in Spain this week.
Oh, really?
And he travels for them buying wine now.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Yep, and he started out as a waiter, and then I sent him to the CIA in California to Greystone.
Uh-huh. Oh, nice. How can I wonder if all right, so it's just you and I.
Yeah.
All right, let's